Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. À l'Assemblée, il y a un Dieu. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un Dieu. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un Dieu. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Des jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe.
Good day to the beautiful people of the Cameroons. This is a party political broadcast by myself, Maître Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to send my warm greetings to the people of the Cameroons. To the people of La Republique Du Cameroun, the country that had its independence on the 1st of January 1960. And to the beautiful and wonderful people of British Southern Cameroon, a country that was headed by Prime Minister Dr. Ndeli. We are very proud that we had the first democracy in Africa. I presume so. Arguable, the first democracy in Africa came from British Southern Cameroons. Jongu Foncha defeated Prime Minister Ndeli and hand over power peacefully. That's something that we don't see in La République du Cameroun. That's why we are so different. The problem we have in the Cameroons, it's like you take somebody who speaks Bulu and somebody who speaks Douala, you put them in the same room. The person who speaks Douala can speak only Douala language. And the person who speaks Bulu can only speak Bulu. You put them together that they should talk. That's the problem between La République du Cameroun and British Southern Cameroon. It cannot work. Ladies and gentlemen, today, I'm not sure what I want to say today. I don't know if it is sheer wickedness or is incompetence. At the end of this party political broadcast, you be the judge, you ask yourself, because there's something that has been bothering me. And before I go any further, the people of the Cameroons, you are too silent. You have a right to say you want to see President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroun. It is your right. President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroun is a public figure. You people own him. And you guys sit, you don't see him, you keep quiet. Do you think protest mean you must only say you want Paul Biya must go? Protest can mean we love our president, Paul Biya, want to see him. Go to the street that you love your president, you want to see your president. It is your right. The post of a president of a republic is not a private position. You Cameroonians, you're silent. You don't see your president. It doesn't happen in any country on planet Earth. Go to the street, say, put placard, say, we love our president, Paul Biya, want to see him. It is your right. If your president is sick, you have a right to know. If your president is in good health, you have a right to know. It is your right. Mr. Biya is not just a private man. The president of the republic is an institution. Then Mr. Biya has got his private life and as a private man. If Mr. Biya wants to live private life, he should resign. He is a president of La Republique Du Cameroun, the country that have annexed British Southern Cameroon. So Mr. Paul Biya is not a private individual. He is president of the Republic of La Republique. I repeat, you people go to the street, protest peacefully. We miss our president, want to see our president. That's what you should be doing. But you're just silent. They take you go left, you go. Take you go right, you go. A plane without a pilot, you enter. I don't understand. I'm not saying that you should cause anything. Peaceful placard, go in front of British embassy, put it up. We want to see our president. Go to, how do you call it again? French embassy. We miss our president. American embassy, we miss our president. Go and stand there and put your placard. And if this Mbere Kaki or gendarmerie, these people, if they torture you, that's out of order, that one. You're not doing anything bad. You want to see your president. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to our topic of today. I said, I'm a little bit confused. I don't know if these people in the Cameroons, is it because they are incompetent? Or is it because they are wicked? You be the judge. President Kennedy of America, people like to quote this man sometimes. He said, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. African leaders and people, they like to quote these things. They don't even know the meaning. When he say, ask what you can do for your country, there is a purpose. He's saying that do your civic duty, share purpose, call for action. That's engagement with the people to build a country. It doesn't mean somebody who is in O'Shea have got nothing, no road, should just say, what can I do for my country? That's not what it means. President Kennedy had what? A purpose. That was the plan, a manifesto. La Republique du Cameroun, non-functional civil servant, they have never had a manifesto. So that's what President Kennedy, a shared purpose for everyone. There was a purpose. What are we going to do? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that everybody have a right to benefit from their country. So if somebody will have light, some doesn't have light, you have what I'll summarize it. You have something they call personal and social benefit. That a sense of belonging to a country, everybody. You have to have that sense of, I don't know how many of you, because to me, if you ask me, I'll always go the Anglophone way. When they used to tell us, le Biafra, allez chez vous, ennemi dans la maison, serpent dans la maison, that's not sense of belonging. And it was not just an ordinary person who was saying that to us. It was the then government delegate of Yaoundé, Emma Bazi. So if I'm passing through Maché Mokolo, Madagascar, or Mesa, an individual says something to me, that's different. But when government officials, like the then government delegate Emma Bazi, comes and tell you, ennemi dans la maison. Because these people are not used to. When I come here, I say I scrutinize and hold the government to account. That's what they do in a democracy. So I know most of us Anglophone, except some people who are benefiting for something. To be honest, we are not equal. In the United Kingdom, a Scottish man can be a prime minister, a Welsh man, a Northern Irish man, an English man. Even you have seen an Indian man have been a prime minister. The leader of opposition, Nigerian, was born in Nigeria. So that's a country, that's one and indivisible. But when you have a country that certain people, Betty, they are running the country, then some people know this, or it must come back to us. So what about the other people? When they make those statements, what do they think? We all must benefit from a country. That's what I'm talking about. You have a legal status, national identity. If you ask me if there's any national identity we have in the Cameroons, no. Our ethnicity, we are too different. Then we have two inherited culture. So, but Maybe, I don't know, in 100 years' time, maybe they will start have common identity. When I talk common identity, like in Britain, we have those British values, which all of them in the 4 countries, they have those values, which is what? Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance, and mutual respect. Those are the things that if I was a leader in the Cameroons, I will make sure that people know what mutual respect, tolerance, individual liberty, the rule of law, and democracy. So when people know those things, you see in the Cameroons, I'm talking now, somebody will come, Mr. Morales, you can think that he knows too much or what. You don't have that mutual respect. You are intolerant. So I know, even most of us who claim to come from Anglophone section, we say our English culture. Ladies and gentlemen, Anglophones, British Southern Cameroons. Some of you are very intolerant. Why? We don't always have to agree on the same thing. I believe in nationalism as a leader of British Cameroon National Party. Whether you don't like it or it's your business. That's why British value is what? Mutual respect, individual liberty, and tolerance. Then you have democracy and the rule of law. So you cannot say you are an Anglophone without having these characteristics. Most of you in the Cameroons, I'll go straight to the Anglophones. I'm not talking about La Republique, that's their business. Most of you Anglophones, you have your ethnicity value, that's how your tradition and custom, that's how you practice it. I was lucky to have been born in Boya Fako, where we are so tolerant that we have Nyangi Kwata, Meta Kwata, this. But if we go to another place, we go and do Bakwe Kwata, there will be war. So those of you who have lived in Fako, I'm sure Kumbatu is alike. There are other places, but I'm talking about the one that I know better. I've lived in Bamenda. For me, Bamenda was okay. Been to CPC Bali. My mom came from Bali, so I don't know how to assess that one, but it was okay. But there are some people, not all, we know them. They are so intolerant. We might have something in common, all of us. You can fight it your way, I fight it my way. That's how I've been saying, because I'm a legal person. I cannot just go, some of the things over the years, what you have been saying on social media, I used to warn you. Because I cannot just come and say anything. Whatever I say, I know is within the ambit of the law. So ladies and gentlemen, as I always like to divert, I say, what we need, that national identity, we don't really have it in that Cameroon. So we need to benefit from a country, every human being. You need to, you're not just a citizen for the sake of a citizen. We need what we have to benefit in a country to is another thing like security and stability. Do we have security and stability in the Cameroon? Generally, if you are a citizen of a country, you have greater personal safety than a non-citizen. In the UK, wherever you go, you're a British citizen, American citizen, European, they protect you. You have favor. But in the Cameroons, when you go there, even at the airport, when they say Muzungu, they make sure they give them preference. In your own country, Cameroonians, they suffer. Chinese, they have more rights in the Cameroon than their own citizens. But every country in Western democracy, their citizen comes first. When you come in the UK, passport service, if you're that citizen, special favor, you pass this way. Foreigners, they go this side. If you come to Cameroons, your own country, the Cameroons, they will put, as some people call it, white man. I don't like to call them white man because they are not white. You allow them, they pass. Then you, that's your own country, you're sweating. Douala, you're on the airport. So normally, you have to have that security, that protection in your own country. We don't have it. And stability, do we have it? I doubt it. When you see people going to the palace, we want peace, we want peace. Some man don't stop on a moon and not get peace. Why are you people guilty talking about peace? I'm talking, then I'll go to something else. I'm talking about what you need to benefit in your country as a citizen. It is your right. You have, social and economic benefit. I'm talking in a democratic country. I doubt if we have it in the Cameroons. You have access to public services. How do you feel when you go to public services in the Cameroons? Healthcare, social security, government. When you go to Ministry of Finance, 40%. This year will make 32 years since my mom passed away. My mom passed away, she was still in active service. I went there, I did certain document, pension de révision, capital, they say. That money came through, some of the money. It was embezzled inside Ministry of Finance until today, 32 years. Somebody's money, you people steal it, may say Ondo and another person there. I go there, I did the document, blah, 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 blah. They embezzled the money. How can you embezzle somebody's money? I don't, well, it's still my money, I need it. Capital, they say some of the money, blah, blah, blah. They embezzle it. It was there. So these are our public service. You have to benefit for something. My mom worked. Was a prison administrator. They trained people who were looking in those days in Boya, prisoner, blah, blah, blah. That training school in Boya. My mom was working there. So when I'm saying in life, we have public service that they steal out from us. Healthcare. You have to benefit from healthcare. When I was growing up in Boya, we used to go to our hospitals free. Now you have, what certificate? I don't know how they call it. It's a medical certificate. You have things. Then I read an article in BBC some years ago. If you cannot pay the bills, they lock you. So prison in the Cameroons, hospital in the Cameroons is like a prison. Hospital was free. You go there, they give you free medication. La Republique have changed everything. We are like living as if we are living in a communist state. Social security, some money that you have to have from, if you have a child, I'm sure it's only government workers who earn that money. Every citizen, if you have a child, even if you're not working for the government, everybody needs to benefit from a country. Public education used to be free. I'm sure now they pay a lot of money. Education should be free for everybody. You need an educated population, but we pay now. All those schools, they call those public schools, they do pay. Principal, they receive bribe. That's the society. We need to benefit, all of us. You need to know that your right to work, your right to own property, you have your land, people come and construct on it, the government cannot protect you, all those things there. You see, because again, your right to work, indirectly, schools like ENS, ENAM, Gendarmerie, they limit the right for people to work in the country. You have to benefit from it. They limit it. Why do I say so? Because most people who go to those schools, majority, they bribe. So if you don't have money to bribe, it's difficult. Like in the UK, let me say in London, where I live, if I want to be, let me say a policeman, I'll be a local police in London. I don't need to go to Manchester. If you're in Liverpool, you be a police in Liverpool. Example, I was born in Boya. If I want to be a policeman, I'd be a policeman in Boya. Boya will recruit his own police. Victoria recruit their own police. Douala recruit their own police. But they take the thing, they centralize it. They give the job to their friends and family. That's why there's nepotism. If everybody, every society, like in the Cameroons, they were recruiting their own police officer. They can train them in a school, but it's local people, because in the Cameroons, police or gendarme or they are there to brutalize the people, not for the safety of the people. That is our problem. So I'm saying that people have to benefit from a country. Legal and political right to vote, to hold public office. They elect nearly everyone in the public office. Unelected geo administrator, unelected SDO, unelected geo, appointing everyone. So it's difficult. If it was the population who were appointing you, yes, you can be somebody. Most ministers in the United Kingdom, majority, they are elected. They were elected before they became minister. Prime minister appoint members of parliament that they have elected them. Majority. So ladies and gentlemen, my first part of this, I want to tell you that you have a right in your country. Free movement. I saw Bello Buba was complaining, even free movement in your country. Mr. Bello Buba Maigari was complaining that Atanga, they are obstructing their militants. Mr. Bello Buba, you created a Frankenstein monster. You have been in that government since 1960. If you had a system, an institution where there was a rule of law, Mr. Atanganji wouldn't have been doing that to your militant. You are discriminating. Wazizi was killed, you were silent, Bello Buba. They torture our university students in Boya, rape some of them. You were silent, Mr. Bello Buba. You think only about your own people in the north, then you come and fool us with UNDP. Just remove that your party in British Southern Cameroon. Don't want it, useless man. You, Mr. Bello Buba. You're a useless man. You are talking because Atanganji, your colleague, your minister, obstructed your militants. You're complaining. They killed Wazizi, you were silenced. The Anglophone crisis has been going. Mr. Bello Buba, Prime Minister, first Prime Minister under you. You don't say anything. It tells you how Cameroon is divisible. You people say one and indivisible. You people are rushing to go and campaign only in the north, where you have a lot of moutons. You cannot go to Usakikakilaki Mve. You want to be a president of a country. You cannot go to Banso, to Bali, to Wum, to Widikum, to Kambe, to campaign. You go only to north. Then you want to win election in the Cameroons. Cameroon is divisible. Cameroon is not one and indivisible. It tells you, but Chiruma goes to north. The only person I've seen is Barrister Akaremuna is afraid to go to Ngembo. Barrister Akaremuna go and campaign in Ngembo. That's where you come from. Leave Fako for us. We'll campaign for that one. It's our own site. Go to places where they know you there. That's how you do it. Even in the Western world. If I want to stand councillor in London, the people, they will look, oh yes, Alex lives in London. I've lived in London for this amount of time. So there's that attachment. So you're from Ngembo. First go to Ngembo. Then after you go to Boya later on. Akaremuna. So you people keep on playing that Cameroon is one and indivisible. But your action shows that Cameroon is divisible. Mr. Bia will go, Betty people will go to their Betty area to campaign. People from Barinyonga, they go to Barinyonga. People from Batibo, they go there. It tells you that Cameroon is divisible. Why is it that a Betty man cannot go and campaign in Manfe or in whom? Why? Cameroon is one and indivisible, as you say. It's your country. Why don't you go there? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming out to the most interesting part. This part, I don't think most people talk about it. La Republique du Cameroun have presidential election. People want to be president, but I don't see them talking about what I'm going to be talking about. This is where I say, is it sheer wickedness that the CNU rebranded CPDM, or is it incompetent? Most countries in the world, some of them, they don't have natural resources like Singapore, but they are rich. They use what? Trade and finance. That's what they use to become the magic of Singapore. They try to instill first world mentality to third world country. Because we third world, whether it's Cameroon, Nigeria, we have our mentality. What is killing us in Africa is third world mentality. Example, I always give it. You see people in third world, they just sit everywhere, they'll pee on the street. That's third world mentality. There's garbage everywhere, dirty third world mentality. Until you guys emancipate yourself from this third world mentality, nothing will change. It's not an insult. That's what the Prime Minister, first Prime Minister of Singapore said. That how can I change third world mentality to first world mentality? So the people of the Cameroons, how can you change third world mentality? By not be urinating on the street in public place, in leaves, by not being throwing dirty litter in the street. You need a strong leader. Somebody will say, oh, the government need to tell you, if you throw litter on the street, they have to hold you, they fine you. Instant fine, you pay money. That's how you stop it. But little things like this, no parliamentarian, they have National Assembly, so-called senator, non-functional mayor, non-functional minister, non-functional president. You see it and you keep quiet. War against indiscipline. You need to see leader that lead. Thomas Sankara used to go to primary school. La corruption, Abba. La corruption in primary school. Thomas Sankara used to do that. So when we come now, I want to say, natural resources doesn't usually develop a country, but if you have natural resources, it's a game changer. All you need to do is to import technology. I live in the United Kingdom here. I have about 7 to 10 classmates in CPC Bali. They had scholarship to come to UK. Some of them are engineers, some of them are scientists. La Republique government, you train them instead of saying, come back home and look at this, our natural resources. Ladies and gentlemen, some countries like this Arab country, they have only oil and diamond. Let me tell you what we have in the Cameroon. Some of you don't know it. Some of you want to become president, you don't know these things. You need to know these things so that if you want to be president from day one, you get into office, you start dealing with them. Not start doing research. I have 4 years term in office, you take 4 years to do research. By the time you want to start working, you're out of office. So that's what I'm talking about. You need to know these things. One, I'm talking about some natural resources we don't often talk about it. Bauxite. We have estimated 1 million tons of bauxite in the Cameroons. What do we use bauxite for? To produce aluminium cans, window frames, foil to paint car parts, construction industry, materials. That's bauxite. The steel industry in the United Kingdom. There was one British Asian man, Patel, he was one of the richest person one time in the UK. That's what aluminium, bauxite. We have estimated 1 million tons in the Cameroons. I'm telling you, in the Cameroons, that's bauxite. Why is the government of La Republique Du Cameroun not using it? Just that one can satisfy the entire La Republique du Cameroun and British Cameroon. But we don't hear about aluminium industry. I used to hear Alubasa when I was growing up. I don't know. Just bauxite can put food on all of us at our table in the Cameroons. But we have a lazy government. I don't know whether it's incompetent, as I say, or is it wickedness. We have iron ore. You use iron ore to produce what? Steel. Steel. You can become the richest person in the United Kingdom because of steel. The richest person, I'm not talking in Africa. If you can become the richest person in the United Kingdom, we have it in Africa. Iron ore to produce steel. You use it in the construction industry, transport, household appliance, radioactive iron ore there's another iron ore for medicine, cosmetic, ink, paints that we use. How many of you use pen? Ink, we have pen. You can use these things there, but we don't talk about it. We only know we have oil, sonara, and CDC. You don't talk, nobody talks about this. We have cobalt. We have it. You use it for rechargeable battery. How many of us use battery? Do we have industry there? We have that. We have the things. All we need to do is to either borrow technology. La Republique government have been in power for 60 years. It takes maybe 4 to 8 years to train engineers. They cannot train engineers. I talk about my friends who are civil engineers, scientists in the UK. They had scholarship. They came here. They are still in the United Kingdom because La Republique government don't want to bring them because of nepotism. Use cobalt. You use it to make high temperature alloys for jet engine. These are things you use it for. A catalyst in petroleum industry. We have those things in Cameroon. Why are they not using it to create jobs, bring industries? Why? So why? I don't know. Is it wickedness or is it incompetent? If it's incompetent, you people should leave. If it's wickedness, then revolution. Because how can you not use your own things to develop the country? You have gold and diamond in the Cameroons. I don't need to explain that one. It is self-explicit. You have nickel, stainless steel. You use it too for battery. Nickel. Look at these are the things we can use to develop a country. But 43 years of Mr. Bia, 25 years for Aijo, nothing. They just sit like this. They are watching. All they do is to steal money, to borrow money. Why do you borrow money instead of borrowing technology if you don't have it? Why can't you say all the engineers who are from the Cameroons, this is a condition. I'll give all of you this house. I'll do so, do so, do so. Come back and let us create industry in our country by making sure that we have these natural resources are produced in the Cameroons. Nickel! You know stainless steel, all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Industrial materials in the Cameroon. Limestone, you use it for construction. Marble for construction. Pumice, to use it to soften your skin. We have those things in Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, the construction industry in 2003, I don't have the latest figure, in the United Kingdom, the construction industry was 139 billion pounds was what last year. I mean, not 2023, I don't know, it must be more. For 1 year, 139 billion pounds. The turnover of the construction sector in the UK in 2018 was 370 billion. Do we have construction industry in the Cameroons? I don't think so. We don't. Individual, everybody build his house. When we say construction sector, from building, maintenance, infrastructure, commercial property, it is very important. When you see they are building a building, the money that comes from that just one building, you have different specialists. This person comes, if you're an electrician, you're a plumber, you see, it's what billion. Any country, is it Singapore made a lot of money from the construction industry. We don't have it in the Cameroons. You don't have a construction industry sector. I'm the one saying, forget this thing, you go and be everybody build his own house and build this. Western country, they are more organized because it's either local council that construct houses, it's the government. Singapore, it was the government that constructed most of the house. Or if they want to give it to contractors, these are professional, the plan is drawn, you follow the same. That's it. Construction industry. Construction industry in the United Kingdom created or employed 3.1 billion people. Million, I mean not billion. 3.1 million people, construction industry, employ them. How many companies are there in the Cameroon that can employ up to 500 or 100 people? How many? Forget, put CDC aside, even CDC was an shit. How many people have created industries in the Cameroon that they can create, employ up to 100, 300? There are not many. And there are so many things we can do in the Cameroons that can employ a lot of people, but the government. So I'm asking, is it sheer wickedness? I talk about industrial material, limescale, marble, you know marble, all they use it. We have those material. We know this other oil, gas, we know other things. You have, in Cameroons, you have magnesium, you have red tiles, you have, if you see the things, even this pepper, chili pepper, this pepper that we call in Cameroon, is worth billions in the United Kingdom. Beans in can, worth billions in the United Kingdom. So we have all these things, but we are still poor. I don't want to go to oil and gas, we know. Most of these Arab countries, they have only oil and gas. But we have different things. You go, we have rubber, banana, timber, palm oil, tea can make you a millionaire, billionaire, just tea. We have toilet tea, do tea. Coconut, they do a lot of things with coconut. Fish industry. So my point, ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to ask, we have all these things in the Cameroons. When people pay tax, you go to government, is to use these things things and create it and manufacture it, but instead you give it to Bolare, Pectin, Savannah Energy, all those companies, all these things, you take the things, you give it to them. You take your own 300 million, you put it in your pocket for you and your family. That's how we run the Cameroon. That's why people are excited to be ministers. You don't go and become a minister in the Cameroon because you want to work for the people. It's to steal money. They are all thieves. Bunch of thieves. Criminals. They call themselves government. You steal from your own people. How much money can you live with? How much? How much can you eat on earth? You take people's property and waste it and lavish it. Ladies and gentlemen, is it because they are wicked or is it because they are incompetent? Ladies and gentlemen, I will end on this note because it's very important for me. Some people believe that Cameroon should be one and indivisible. It is not recently that I look at these two countries that came together. I made up my mind ever since I was under 15, that British Southern Cameroon cannot live with La Republique du Cameroun. I was very young. So sometimes when people come and they want to blame Paul Biya, no, it's Paul Biya now. No, it's not only Paul Biya. It's the mentality in La Republique du Cameroun. When they changed the constitution Aijo in order to favor the people of La Republique du Cameroun, they were silent, most of them. When Mr. Biya annexed us, changed the name in 1984, La Republique, we were all silent. Put La Republique du Cameroun because it was in your favor. That's how Cameroon was getting back. You people were silent. I saw all those things. Because you people are majority. You have destroyed the country for more than 60 years. Do you think I want to be with La Republique? Listen, let's not make this mistake. I have blood family in every side. La Republique du Cameroun, they are my family. I'm not talking about family. We talk about these things with my family. We laugh, we joke about it. Ask some of them, if this country go this way, I'll go. Well, I'll look the best side and come there. We talk, it's joke, it's fun. But I'm saying, if you want to remain with La Republique du Cameroun, please, it is your choice. For those of us who have triggered Article 65, the right of self-determination, it's a lifetime choice. So I don't want to see people to come and say we should try. Whether it's an Anglophone who is president who will still be fighting for the right of self-determination. La Republique have destroyed our lives. Most of us, whether you like it or not, you say diaspora, you envy us. Do you think it's easy to leave your country and come to a foreign country and live there? Do you think it's that easy? I know people from La Republique du Cameroun. When they leave La Republique du Cameroun, they are laissez-faire job. They come to different embassy. They say, God is too healthy. They cannot work because there in the Western country, you work. You don't go to offices in the Cameroon, you crack a goosey, end of month, they pay you. That's not work. You don't go to the province, there's campaign now, there's no work in the offices. You people are going round and round and round. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, it is my conviction, we of British Cameroon National Party, whether is my family and put president of La Republique, our right to self-determination, Article 65, is sacrosanct. I don't make up my mind like some people will just come recently. Oh, Anglophone will go, they keep on jumping from CPDM, SDF, ambassador. I don't do that. I made up my mind when I was still, you people call youth. So if I was under 15, I was a child. So I made up my mind and it will never change because two countries came together. The two countries can live side by side. Scotland and England, they signed their Union Treaty how many years ago? More than 300 years. Are they not still Scotland and England? Why are we not West Cameroon, East Cameroon, or British Southern Cameroon? Why not? So you people are the secessionists and we are going to go, whether you like it or not. I'm not compromising. Nobody will use his majority to force it on us. We, the people of British Southern Cameroon, we did not do you anything. You are the people you wanted to cheat. And some of us made up our mind early. Anglophone, Biafra, allez chez vous. Ennemi dans la maison. C'est pas dans la maison. Yes, we are enemy who allez chez vous. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Like and share, subscribe. This has been Maître Mola Alex Diveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a wonderful evening.
Est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président.